Welcome back student to the Ultimate Education Center. Today we are going to discuss about the second part of the some basic concept of chemistry which deals in properties of matter and measurement. In the properties of the matter, the first topic that is physical and chemical properties. Properties of the matter can be classified into two categories depending upon their nature. The first one is physical properties that includes color, odor, melting point, boiling point, density, etc. And the chemical properties, it consists composition, combustibility, reactivity with acids and bases, etc. Measurement of physical properties, how we can measure the physical properties of the matter. The properties of matter such as length, area, volume, etc. are quantitative in nature. And there were two different systems earlier which were followed. The first one was English system and the metric system were also used. The metric system were used in Asian countries while the English system was used in European countries. The metric system was more convenient as it was based on the decimal system, but commonly, the scientists and the chemists needed a universally accepted system which can be implemented all over throughout the world. As a result, the chemists and the scientists they gathered at a place and they established the International System of Unit, the abbreviation of which is SI unit. Commonly it is known as SI unit. It was in the 11th General Conference on Weights and Measures. The, it is commonly known as Conference General des Poids et Measures. The CGPM, short form of the above meeting, is an organization which was created by a diplomatic treaty which was known as Meter Convention, and these treaty was signed in Paris in 1875 and it was accepted throughout the world as the general unit for the measurement of. Basically, the SI system has 7 base units as shown below in the chart which is just in front of you, in which the first one is length, then mass, then time, electric current, then thermodynamic, then temperature amount of the substance, and then luminous intensity. The length is described in meter, the mass is described in kilogram, the time is described in second, the electric current is described in ampere, the thermodynamic temperature is described in Kelvin temperature, right? And then we have the amount of substance that is in mole, right? And then luminous intensity that is candela, right? These units pertain to the 7 fundamental scientific quantities. The other physical quantities such as speed, volume, density, etc. These quantities can be derived from these fundamental units, right, which are described just now. The SI system allows the use of prefix to indicate the multiple of sub multiples of a unit. What does it mean? In the last chart, you can see that some prefixes are given like yoto, then zepto, etto, femto, pico, nano, micro, milli, then centi, then deci, then deca. All these are called the prefixes which can be used, and the symbols are given to you. What it shows to us that the deca is 10, and if you go upside, then it other all prefixes they carry the you can say exponential in negative, but if we go down, then it goes on increasing and the exponents are in positive. Topic in front of us, it is mass and weight. These two words are very confusing words. Mass and weight, generally what happened that people consider mass as weight, but no, mass is totally different thing and the weight is totally different thing. How it is so, just now we see. Mass of a substance is the amount of the matter which is present in it. What does it mean? That mass of a substance is the amount of the matter present in it. That means that suppose if we take the example of ourselves, right? Our body, our body, our body has blood and flesh, blood and flesh in it. These are the masses of our body. It's not the weight. The mass of a substance is constant always. It will remain as such. Wherever we'll go, the amount of the blood, amount of the flesh, amount of the, you can say, skeleton, the weight, everything, it remains same. If we go from India to abroad, wherever we go, it remains always same. The mass of a substance is always constant. While what is the weight now? The weight is the force which is exerted on a body by the gravity on an object. So what does it mean? That the mass is to be multiplied by the gravity constant, right? So wherever we go, the gravity differs, it varies from place to place, no doubt. It varies. Suppose if you go to North Pole or South Pole, right? The gravity constant, the value of the gravity constant changes, right? Acha. Another thing, if you go to the moon, the gravity at moon is very low, right? The gravity on the earth is very high. So the weight of a person who is on the earth, right, his weight is somewhat different. If he goes to the moon, then the weight becomes light, right? That is why it is called that weight may vary from one place to the another place due to the change in the gravity. The SI unit of mass and weight is kilogram, and 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 gram. Another topic we are having, that is volume. What is the volume? Volume is the amount of the space which occupies a substance. It has units of length in cube. How it is so? If you look around, see, so suppose if a paperweight is put on the table, so it occupies certain space on the table, right? The bottle, if we say the bottle is put on the table, then it occupies certain space, and that space includes the width, then its length, then its height. This much space the bottle occupies on the table, that is called the volume of that object. And in SI system, volume has unit of cubic meter. Volume of the liquid or solution can be measured by graduated cylinder, then burette and pipette in the laboratories, right? The photographs of the instrument which can measure the volume of the liquid in laboratories are shown to you. Measurement of the substances in the measurement of the matter. The next topic just before us is that is density. So what is the density? Density of a substance is its amount of mass per unit volume. We say that suppose sometime we say oil is more dense than the it looks like that oil is more dense than water, right? Acha, milk is more dense than water. So what is density? Density is nothing else but it is the dense amount of mass per unit volume. Hence we can say density is equal to mass upon volume. The SI unit of density can be obtained as follows. The SI unit of mass, what is the unit of mass? It means the mass of a substance upon the volume. Upon the volume, it gives you the density. Density of the substance tells us about how closely the particles are packed. Suppose the more dense, if a substance is more dense, then it is said the particles are very much closely attached with each other. If the density is less, then we can say the particles are not very closely packed up. That is called low density. Now, and another topic is temperature. How we can measure the temperature? There are three common scales to measure the temperature. First one is degree Celsius, another one is degree Fahrenheit, and the last one is Kelvin. K is the SI unit in which we deals. The chemistry deals in Kelvin. The temperature on the two scales are related to each other, like degree Celsius is related with degree Fahrenheit, and we can calculate if suppose if you want to know the what is the degree Fahrenheit temperature of a given degree Celsius uh, reading, then we can apply the formula, that is Fahrenheit degree is equal to 9 upon 5 degree Celsius plus 32 always. If you apply this formula, you will come to know that what is the Fahrenheit temperature. When a degree Celsius temperature is given, you can convert it into Fahrenheit, or if the Fahrenheit degree is given, then you can convert it into degree Celsius. The Kelvin scale is related to Celsius scale as K is equal to degree Celsius plus 273.15 always. If either of any is given to you, suppose if degree Celsius is given to you, you can calculate the temperature in Kelvin, and if the Kelvin is given, you can convert it into degree Celsius. The temperature below 0 degree Celsius, keep it in mind, the temperature below 0 degree centigrade, degree Celsius, that is negative values. Many times we do hear that there is the minus temperature somewhere. In Canada, if you say it goes up to minus 50 degrees Celsius. So what does it mean? It means that the degree Celsius temperature can go below, right? That is in negative value. It is possible, but in Kelvin scale, there is no negative temperature possible.